I should let you get back to work.
Alright, let's go see about... Actually, let's go check out these buildings. We haven't been in
Scouted
here in
the
a while.
hinterland saw the Herald of Andraste. Said she sealed a rift and stopped the demons.
Yeah, I kind of do that now and then. Seal rifts and slay demons. Kind of my only skill set at the moment, actually. Like, what happens if I just, like, okay, we sealed the breach, everything is peachy now. Like, am I gonna go back to the Carta? Am I gonna, like, join up with the Chantry? That'd be kind of weird. Look how pretty those arms are. Those sleeves. I'm very happy with my new armor, even though the main part is kind of drab. The blue makes me happy. Alright, let's take a look at... What is your name? Segret? Yeah, Segret's wares here. Anything that I need to sell? Kind of carrying too many weapons. Let's see what we can do about that. Does all this stuff count against me too? Because there's no way I'm selling my craftables. Oh no, I don't think those count against me. There's too many of them. We could sell these. That counts. Alright, let's actually find a few more things to sell. Willpower, Constitution on a one-handed. I like both of those. Great Sword, Strength and Willpower. 2 different pieces. Yeah, keep those. Okay. Some of these we might be able to get rid of. Cunning is great. Willpower is pretty good. That's pretty good. That I can sell. That'll keep. Man, I don't really want to get rid of any of these. Shoot. How about accessories? Spirit resistance. Does everybody have a belt that I like better? Whoops, not the button I meant. Compare, please. Oh, actually, Varric, you can have that. Grenades belt. What about Sarah? Give her some grenades eventually. Heal bonus is nice. I want to keep it in case I get somebody else that needs it. I want to keep that too. Definitely keeping that. Life word amulet. Does anyone not have a necklace? Varric. Honestly, dude, you can have twin fangs even though it does you no good. Fine, just get it out of my way for now. Don't really want to give you the life word amulet. Nope. Okay. Armor? Alright, we'll toss that one. We'll toss that one. That's pretty low. Okay. Let's get rid of one of these ice staffs, I guess. 26 and 5 magic, or 23 and % attack. And they both have 3 slots, so get rid of that one. Yeah, I'm happy to have at least 2, like around 2 in each category. And at least we can sell some things now. Down to 31. That's better. That's better. I didn't really look at his stuff, did I? Like I said I would. Oops, I didn't mean that. None of these strike me as particularly impressive. No, we already have those. Those are all level 1s. Yeah. Not too much here for me.
She who trusts in the Maker, fire.
Alright, we talked to Varric already. Talked to Cassandra, talked to Cullen, talked to Blackwall. You need to talk to Sarah and Solus. We talked to Vivienne. Is that everybody? Let's hear a song
Just
first.
returning the cups, Flissa. Thank you for bringing us drinks.
What are you doing there? Having some struggles, or are you just dancing? I can hear the music too. Alright, let's chat with Sarah.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
Yeah, she didn't super approve of me bringing the mages on as allies. But yeah, they're here to help us.
These mages are here to aid the Inquisition. Don't worry.
Sure, don't worry. Magic up there, magic down here. What's to worry about? I mean, yeah, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Fair enough.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is, but it's also everyone. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge? Or is there more to it?
Well, it's a weave, right? I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt spring. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something else. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Okay, interesting.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise another. Plus, I'm shy at singing.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
Not if it works. I mean, Red is scary because blood. And Jenny is... Look, nobody fears the bunch of people who do random stuff. And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe normal people can't get at them. Numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually do?
Suppose. Does it matter?
Shouldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Alright.
We'll talk another time.
It's all good, innit?
Actually, I have a bit more to chat with you about.
Well, you're here.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Well, you're dragging people together, suppose that's something. You're gonna need more trebuchets if you're going after the sky. Or, you know, ladders.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again, with your people. Right, which ones?
Okay, okay. What about Varric?
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
I guess I asked her about all these people already, huh? No, let's ask about Dorian.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinta.
I like her giggle at the beginning of saying he's fun. Curious what they've gotten up to together.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play.
Oh, I've asked her this before too. My bad.
Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen. I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair though.
Alright, see you around, Sarah.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
So that reminded me I need to talk to Solus and Dorian.
Listen, I'm not saying that the Chantry doesn't do good work, but there's more to life than singing and praying. You used to feel that way too.
How I feel has nothing to do with what must be done right now.
Not sure what she means by that. Whoa, these are new. Ah, perhaps lyrium delivery. Here's Solus. How's it going, buddy?
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel?
Yes.
Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
No. Yeah, I guess I am relying on what Dorian told me, but I'm pretty certain.
Dorian was sure, impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
I agree. Did I see him there? I feel like a jerk if I don't remember. If I did. Well, it's...
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe.
Yeah, that's a good
being
point.
who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Solus makes a good point. The Elder One is totally coming after me. I stopped him twice. And he knows I could potentially stop him in the future. What's in here? I think I've been in here. Yeah, not much here. There's Dorian there. Let's visit the apothecary quickly. Upgrade potions. My potions are all fine. I want to unlock new ones. Alright, let's pump this up a bit. Cassandra, refill all those. Sarah, what can we give you? I don't want to give you either of these.
If Segra can get what I need, I'll pay the bastard myself.
They're always arguing about Segrid's prices. Man, I really wish I had unlocked some more potions by now, like a mana potion or poison bomb or like grenades or whatever, because clearly those exist. Yeah, let's chat with Dorian.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve.
Whoa, excuse you.
I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
Not quite.
I don't believe that.
It's true. The conditions here are different. Southern mages aren't used to ruling.
I'm not offering them
Thing is,
ruling.
the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
I agree. And you're right. It's not a reason to oppress the mages just because one country did it one way and it went poorly. That's not us. Have you seen Alexius? I guess we didn't kill him in the present day, huh? That seems a bit dumb. We just kind of let him surrender? I have more to say on that. Let's finish talking to Dorian and I'll get back to you. Because I do have some thoughts to share about it. Tell me more about the Imperium.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
These are all interesting questions. Let's just start with the basics.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
I find it strange that your mages don't rule anything at all. Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
Huh, okay. Even though they named it the Magisterium?
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All majors now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
Altus.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later. Lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
Yeah, well, fancy words hides the class divisions a little better. It makes them sound more official. This is interesting to learn about this place. Okay, I don't know who the Archon is.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
I'm sure that's true.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Not sure what that means.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing?
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
I mean, to be fair,
Let
it's
me
not
ask you something else.
that different than how it works today, right? We have politicians who, yeah, theoretically you can come from humble beginnings and work your way up, but most of the time it runs in families, both influence and money. It's not exactly the same as magic, which is theoretically hereditary, but makes some interesting parallels. I like that the game can sort of comment on current political situations without being too direct and more in the abstract. I think it makes the story more engaging. Yeah, let's ask about the Chantry. That's a bit strange, given how it's set up.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Is the Imperial Chantry so different from ours?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium?
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They're soldiers. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
So, what I'm sort of envisioning for this mage, the mage rebellion, if you want to still call it that, is that the circles would kind of be academies. It would be a place to study magic safely, but that we would still have Templars that would defend against magic, but not it doesn't have to be so oppressive and prison-like. I don't think we want the Chantry to just smile and nod from the sidelines, and I don't think we want the Templars to be just enforcers. But I think they both can do good in the world, next to each other. It doesn't have to devolve into just this power-hungry magic struggle.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true Divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
I mean, sure, a disagreement over Andraste, but probably just the cover for a power play, most likely.
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side, divine provenance, a blah blah blah. We feel better believing Andraste was one of us. Makes executing her less damning, you see. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever since.
So, the Imperial Divine is always a man?
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be divine after all? Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always been done. Excellent reasoning.
I like Dorian.
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question.
Is it?
It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry.
Well, I like
It is
that
a
answer.
relic, whether back home or here in the South. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
I can imagine. I don't want to condemn the Chantry just yet, but I also don't want to support it, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, some people would be offended by that.
I'm not surprised. It's not an opinion you should share.
Well,
You did ask.
yeah, that was rude.
I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
We'll see if I can pull it
I'm
off.
not sure about that myself.
Doubt is good. I like doubt. It will keep you sane. Me? I've seen too much to believe I know everything. The world is bigger than I. Even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe. But I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
Yeah, I do. This is an interesting conversation.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all?
That's what any Magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm?
I agree.
The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I
Dude,
imagine they
go
did
away.
long ago. Once their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. Most of them probably innocent.
Yeah, no kidding.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise, and then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
The allure of pariahhood, I like that. He also used the term Maleficar, which I think basically just means, like, bad guy, but usually refers to blood mages, who take it too far, I guess, in their case.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah. That is true.
And? Did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
That's it? You don't question it?
In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
It's an interesting comment, actually. Is inescapable poverty that much better than slavery? Do they have a choice? I don't know that that's true.
Is that what you call it? Treated poorly?
Abuse heaped upon those without power isn't limited to Tevinter, my friend. I
Fair.
don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
Okay.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't, of course. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists.
No doubt.
Secretly, many magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, but should they?
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what, 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
Anathema? I don't know what that means. I can see, though, his point. Like, we haven't helped them. We've been at war for a long... I mean, not at war, but we've been hostile neighbors for a long, long time. And I'm not sure I want them as an ally. I like entertaining the possibility, but I'm not sure I would agree to it if pressed.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
That's true, that's true.
That matters. Don't be
Yes.
silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be a heathen. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Alright, well, it was lovely chatting with you, Dorian. I hope to see you around soon.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Oh, wait, I can still chat with you. Great. Tell me about yourself.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
I mean, you are charming, but I dressed you, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's flirt with him a bit. I like him.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
So he's the black sheep of the noble family, huh?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Why are they so unhappy with you?
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
It just seems so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember?
Oh, is it?
We treasure our
I
past
didn't know
and
that.
preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care deeply about everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm.
Kinda does.
I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
Yeah, okay. Alright, Dorian, see you around, man.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Oh, he is?
Yet no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Wow, a lot to think about Tevinter and the Imperium. A lot to think about. I'm also thinking a bit more about Alexius. Like, for example, he's this super powerful mage. I think he's a magister. I think. He knows how to time travel. Presumably, he probably knows how to do, like, some degree of teleporting. And we just, like, tuck him in his cell, like that's gonna hold him, no biggie. Whatever. That's kind of a small technicality. I'm getting a bit pedantic with that. But what I'm more thinking about is a couple, you know, the last quest, we got attacked, basically, by Alexius, right?
Lovely. They should have this breach sealed soon enough.
Okay, I'm getting
I suppose
distracted.
as well as anyone else's.
Let's get out of here. Oh, actually, we need to talk to Liliana. Okay, let me chat about this real quick. So, Alexius attacks us with a time spell, and he tries to maybe wipe it back to before the breach happened to try to get rid of me, or try to teleport us far enough forward that I couldn't stop anything. And then when we were in sort of the potential future with Dorian, we saw those letters that said that he had been trying non-stop, like obsessively, paranoidly, right? Like terrified of the Elder One, trying to time travel back to before the breach happened, or to when the breach happened, so that I wasn't there to prevent it from going as expected.
And her shield, her foundation, and her sword.
And when I think about that, he must have been trying so hard. And on some level, if he could have gone back to that time when we met him and not had Dorian be able to deflect the spell a little bit to send us, not where he intended to send us. Oh my goodness, I just need a spot where it's quiet. If he had been able to do that, he might have been able to, fix the spell and send us to where he was aiming. And he had years to think about it, right? At least a couple of years, I think, was how far ahead how far ahead in the future we jumped. And yet, when we show up, when we finally find Alexius and we fight him off, and we're standing there, Dorian says, now he's got the amulet, and he says, give me an hour to figure out the spell and I can reverse it. I'm a little bit iffy on how, and then Liliana says they don't have that long, right? He probably gets 10 minutes or less to figure it out. And it's not like he's had time to think about it, because we've been fighting off all kinds of people on the way to meet Alexius. So I don't really understand how he could figure that out so quickly if Alexius wasn't able to figure it out. I mean, I guess the argument could be that Alexius wasn't trying to figure that out. He was trying to figure out how to go back to before the breach happened, and he said, oh, that's not possible. The breach is basically what allowed time travel, which is interesting, right? Ripping open the Fade is what also lets you accomplish time travel, basically ripping apart the timeline. Because in the Fade, there isn't really a past, present, and future. Time is not linear in that way. Solas told us that, I think, closer to the beginning of the game. The second thing is, we do all this fighting, we come back to the hall, back through the time travel spell or whatever, because Dorian was able to reverse it. And as far as everyone in that room is concerned, no time has passed. Maybe a second or two has passed. And Alexius is just standing there waiting to see what happens. If he was angry enough to try to wipe me off the face of the earth, why wouldn't he try to fight us or anything like that? He had to have guys there to help him, like the whole Venatori cult. We killed some of them last time we were there, but we can't possibly have killed all of them. Or I guess it wasn't last time, it was that time. We killed plenty of his spies. It just seems like he gave up so easily, and that really surprised me. And then the last thing is, I don't actually know what's wrong with Felix. In the future version, he looked like he was blighted or was infected with the darkspawn, the same thing that was happening to Liliana. He looked old and wrinkled and decaying, basically. And I'm not sure why Alexius would have given him darkspawn blood. They said he was dying, but I don't actually know if they told us what he was dying of, or if they did, I didn't catch it, or I've forgotten. So if you guys know, please let me know in the comments. But anyway, just some thoughts about that. I'm not criticizing the game story here. I'm just trying to kind of map out the storyline in my own head and understand how all the pieces fall together. Love to hear y'all's opinions on this stuff. Alright, let's go chat with Liliana.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition.
I agree.
The Wardens. I suppose we will have to keep looking.
I don't know what this is going to be.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It's a good attitude to have about it.
was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages?
But
Why
a
do
little
you
late for
care?
this chat.
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
They called you the left hand of the divine.
That they did. What of it?
I could use the left hand of the divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
I do.
What exactly does the left hand of the divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
Yeah.
So you were her spy master, too.
I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
Oh, she's good at choosing her words.
We'll talk more later.
There was more we could have chatted about there, but since Liliana's not in my crew, she doesn't have quite as much to say to me sometimes. Alright, we absolutely need to go see Alexius. We talked to Vivienne already. Talk to Josephine, Cullen, Liliana, Cassandra. Trying to think if we missed anyone. I guess maybe the door closes even though I have been in there before. Alright, I lit these up already. Where is Alexius? No. No. It would be a little awkward if I like accidentally opened his cell and then wasn't able to close it. And then he just like got away because I was coming to say hi. Don't think that's how it's gonna happen, but it would amuse me. Okay, I guess I passed him up. Not in there. Not here or here. That's how I get back upstairs. I'm not that tall. Whatever. Is he in here? This would be a nice freaking cell. No. Really? I can't actually talk to him? Am I just being dumb and missing something totally obvious, guys? Okay, he's definitely not in these cells. Checked in there. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. Huh, okay. Can I go this other way? Is there another door? There's this one, but it just leads to this room, right? Yeah. Okay, that's to the war table.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Rule over
I don't see any more doors. That's the main exit there.
his gift and turned it against his children.
Huh. Alright then.
Sigrid can get that for you, sir.
Okay, so last thing before we move on is let's go ahead and level people up. Taylor's got 1 point. What are my stealth options? What's this? When their hearts aren't in the fight, it's almost too easy. Your attacks on panicked or sleeping enemies are automatic crits, plus 3 cunning. That's pretty good, especially I was saying I could sleep and then do the uppercut thing. Pretty nice. Chance to dodge, plus 3 dexterity. I like both of those. Parry, nah. Unforgiving chain. Maybe. Up my crit chance sounds pretty good. Sneak attack is a great passive. Like, it's pretty boring. But if I'm mostly on a target's back or flank, especially when I take 2 tanks with me, which was great, honestly, I'm just going to crit all over them. And that sounds awesome. Also, if I take Vivian and I'm freezing them, I can easily get behind them. What does it lead to? Death blow. 2% weapon damage. Does more damage if they're hurt. Pretty cool, but not great. Spinning blades. So it's an area of effect. Move status effects to nearby foes while stripping them from foes your daggers hack. Interesting. So that would be a good combo with sleep as well. I could sleep an enemy and then transfer that to others around them. Because when I hit them, they're probably going to wake up anyway. Activated skill, though, which makes it mildly less appealing. Not by a lot, though. Could upgrade something. I'm using this all the time. Automatic stealth after skirmisher is pretty nice. Could add armor sundering to this attack. That's pretty nice because it's guys with good armor that I struggle the most against. Oh, some good choices. Where does this lead to? Evade, ambush. These are good, but... Oh, nice. Shadow Strike is even... Or Quick Blade is... Yes, Shadow Strike is even better. Okay, so here's kind of my plan for the next little while. I want this, but probably not right away. So that I get more crits. Then I want this. So that my uppercut is better. Like, I can put them to sleep, go into stealth, and then uppercut. And then I get stealth bonus damage, plus I get a guaranteed critical. Plus the time it will take me to activate stealth is more likely to give me that not damaged recently bonus. Okay. That's one option. Now the second one here, and I like quite a bit, is to go Unforgiving Chain. Boop, 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 boop. Gives me critical hit chance. That's nice. Into Spinning Blades. And then that kind of boosts using Sleep. And will segue well into that other combo I was talking about. And then in the meantime, I get some Dexterity. And I can go back and get... Whoops, that's not what I meant. I can go back and get the left side of this tree, which gives me these dodge things. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going here. Sorry if that was long-winded. I was kind of talking it out myself, trying to decide what I wanted to do. But now I don't think it'll take me as long the next couple times. We'll see. Alright, Cassandra, what you got here for us? Turn the bolt. Gain stamina when you're hurt. Shield bash. Turn the blade. Okay. Oh, two-handed weapon is not you. Sorry, you guys can probably hear my cats in the background. I'm taking care of it. I don't know if I want to dig into this tree for her just yet. All I can give her is grappling chain, which is not that awesome. What can I give her down here? I don't want to give her that. I think Blackwall probably already has that. Untouchable defense, maximum guard. That's nice. Bonus to armor. That's kind of nice. Plus con bonus. I like this too, though. You accept blows meant for allies, taking a portion of the damage. I'm not going to go with that just yet. I'm really inclined to go trust the steel. Or to level up. No, actually, she needs a damage skill. Let's give her a shield bash. That's boring, but I think that's the best choice for now. Sarah. What happens if I upgrade your poison weapons? Just makes them more damaging. Sunder and poison effects last longer. That's kind of nice. I like the idea of sending her down the poison tree. Let's see. What else can I give you for archery? Could upgrade some of your skills. Already upgraded that one. I don't super need this side of the tree. So yeah, let's actually stick you down in this tree for a while. You have 2 points. That's nice. What is this? Hook and tackle? Really don't need that for her since she's going ranged. What does this do down here? Toxic cloud. Okay. Let's give her fighting dirty, I guess. I don't know if she has sunder abilities, though. Let's give her bonus poison, actually. Oh, I have another one. That's right. Is it worth giving her any kind of stealth? Maybe to get out of a tough situation, I could go stealth and plan on going into evasion. That seems wise. Or, I don't know. Should I give her caltrops? No, I like the idea better of giving her stealth. Yeah, let's do that. Please use all of those, and this should be preferred. Great. Oh, wait. Alright, Dorian. Our fire mage. Oh, nice. I gave him Ice Mine, too. I forgot about that. I like that. I actually love his build so far, even though we're splitting between trees. Increased cooldown is nice, but I think I'm going to go Fire Expert. Takes us down into Fire Mine. Yeah, I like that. I see, that's why I had Ice Mine on him instead of Fire Mine, but that's okay. I gave it to Vivian, and he'll eventually get there. Blackwall. Okay, let's give you... I'm inclined to give him Grappling Tackle. Yeah, he's been pretty much owning, so I would like him to be able to pull targets towards him. See how that works out. Might have to redo it later. Ice Mage, let's keep leveling you towards Blizzard. Ice Armor. So if she's near a cold spell, she takes less damage. I don't know how much that'll help her, but it's a passive skill, so it's never going to hurt. Solace. I guess I'll go kind of lightning with you. We started down that path. I gave you a little bit of ice, which I don't regret. No fire for you. I like giving him spirit plus lightning. Let's give you some more damage, though. So... that's not great. That's kind of cool. Anybody who attacks him takes lightning damage. Let's go with that. That's a good start. And what is this? You trap enemies inside an electricity field that paralyzes those that try to leave. Can they be trapped? I mean, can they be hurt at the time, though? We're going to try it out. Because, again, he's going to be my lightning mage. I definitely want to find out, like, how the keystone spell of the lightning tree works. Varric. Let's get you... do I need to level you up in archery? What is this one here? That's kind of cool. Throw at a group of enemies and leave them sundered. Let's try that. Oops, am I done with everybody? Yeah, I think so. Alright, let's save that. And with that, I think we're ready to move on. Have we talked to everyone? We talked to all of our advisors. Talked to Cassandra, talked to Sarah, talked to Dorian, Blackwall, Vivian, Solus, Varric. Yeah, we talked to all these people. Alright, so I think we are ready to move on with our next quest. I don't know if we'll tackle the main quest right away, or if we'll go do some more exploring. I might go meet the Bull's Chargers, and do some of those sort of local quests. I want to see what level is recommended for this quest that's on my bar here, to take on the breach. But whatever we decide to do, that will be in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.